Ho, 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 everybody. Joe Monastiero here. I am an Equus agent, broker, and agency builder. It's almost Christmas time, so we're going to have a little Christmas training here. Today, we're going to talk about leads. Leads are the lifeblood of our business. Equus is a marketing engine, so we produce leads for our agents. We do it in a variety of different ways. I'm going to talk about that today. I'm also going to talk about the fact that, the leads are subsidized and what that means. Buying leads is not mandatory. You, of course, never have to buy leads. You can use warm market. You can use referrals. You can create leads any way you want to. Leads are available. Most of our agents use our leads because they're really good. A lot of people ask me before I get started here, why do I have to pay for leads? Some agencies offer, some organizations, some IMOs offer free leads. Listen, here's the bottom line. You get what you pay for. Free leads are names that are grabbed out of a telephone book and people don't know you're going to be calling them. And we have a lot of agents coming to us because they're frustrated with garbage leads. We produce real quality warm leads. We'll talk about that in a second. Also, look, Equus is not the carrier. People say, well, the carriers make bunches of money. Why shouldn't the carriers pay for the leads? Equus produces a lead. Equus makes a little bit. The agent makes a lot of it. And then the carriers make the biggest chunk of money, of course. That's the way it works. Also, this is your business. You're in business here. This is a 1099 business. This is your business, your agency. That's what I do. I help people build agencies. And you have to have a vested interest in your business. If we produce warm leads, great warm leads, and we made our little bit, Equus made their little bit, the agents made their lot of it. Where's your vested interest? If somebody gives you 20 leads and you burn through those because you don't really care because you don't have a vested interest, then Equus has spent a lot of money on leads and give them to agents that have no vested interest in doing the right thing with those leads. Another way to look at this business is that just business in general is, take for example, a wine bar. If you wanted to start a wine bar, you'd have to go out and buy all the equipment for the wine bar, the furnishings, the space, probably cost you $150,000 to set up the bar. Then you'd have to go buy the wine. The wine is going to cost you another 30, 40, 50 grand. And, you're into a wine bar for $250,000 before you make a penny. With Equus, you need a license, cost about $200 to $300 to get your license nationwide. And then you're going to have to buy some leads. You're going to have to buy leads again. You don't have to, but most agents will do that. You buy leads, you spend $300, $400, $500, $600 to invest in your business on leads. You're in for about $1,000. And where else can you start a business where you have a realistic opportunity, your own business where you can't get laid off, a realistic opportunity to make six figures, like many of the agents at Equus do, $4,000, $600, $800, $900. So it's a pretty good opportunity. I'm also going to talk about why the cost of a lead, the price of a lead is not important. Sometimes I tell people the price of our A leads, and they say, "Oh my God, I'm not interested because of the price of the lead." That is a ridiculous statement, and I'm going to tell you why shortly. Also going to explain what a standing order is. That's the way our agents get leads. I'm going to talk about that. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about efficiency versus cost. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk about leads. Okay. So the first thing you see on the screen here is what's called lead costs and approximate closing rates. And this is a spreadsheet. I'm the numbers guy in the company. I put together the numbers. I'm a chemical engineer by trade, so I have a deep math background. And when I started this business, I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know exactly what I shouldn't do, what I shouldn't do, why I should do it, and what it was going to cost me to get involved. And here's the first lesson you're going to learn: why a cost of a lead doesn't matter. Here's what does matter. What matters is how much does the sale cost to make? How much am I going to make on a sale? What does the sale cost to make? And also, how much money do I have to invest in my business? Those are the three things. That's all that matters, okay? So let's start over on the left-hand side. You can see I started where every agent starts at a 70% commission basis with us. It goes up to 125% based on promotions that you can receive. You see I've got the types of leads: A leads, the new instant internet leads, B leads, incomplete phone leads, C leads, et cetera, et cetera. We have all kinds of leads available. And I've got each lead broken down by new agents, probable average closing ratios, an average agent, somebody who has a little bit of experience after a month or two, three, what they might expect to do, and then the experienced agents, the ones that have been doing this for a while, 6 months plus, the kind of closing ratios that they should expect. So you have these three different numbers here. You have the number of leads you're going to purchase in a particular lead category, the cost of the lead, the appointment ratio based on your experience level, the number of appointments you're going to get, the closing rate, the number of sales you get based on the closing rate, the average APV, annual premium value, the actual APV, the amount of sales times the average APV. Commission rate is pulled over here. The actual commission, annual commission, that's your total average annual commission. And the advance rate is going to be 75%. Typically, if the client pays monthly, the insurance carriers will advance you 9 months commission. They're going to hold back 3 months commission or 25% of your total annual commission for persistence. The objective is to keep the business on the books, but just in case it doesn't stay on the books, there's 25% holdback to see if that happens. Typical persistence is 80 to 85%. So here's the advance that you'll actually get based on the number of sales you made. Here's the cost of leads. Advance net, we pay daily. So this goes direct deposit into your bank, usually within 48 hours of the time the application is approved. Typically 1 to 7 days, real time to 7 days. We have instant approvals available also. So within 48 hours, you get this in your bank. And here's your lead cost. So here's your net income based on these sales, based on this amount of money you invested. This is how much you made, and this is how much you netted. So here is your actual cost per sale. This is the number of sales you made and the amount of money you spend. The number of sales you made and the amount of money you spent, the cost per sale. So you can see as you're learning and you're in the A lead category, you're going to be spending more per sale, but this is still going to be an attractive net. And if you're an average agent, you're spending about 30% to start on A leads in your business. As you go down, you can see we have different types of leads, different closing ratios, and you can start to see a trend of where it makes sense to get started. The other thing I want to point out here is that we talked about efficiency versus cost. You're going to spend the most for the most efficient leads that might cost you a little bit more per sale, but you're spending less time on the phones and more time talking to people so you can have more appointments. If you have to spend 5, 6, 7, 8 hours on the phone to make your 5 appointments, 6 appointments, 8 appointments, 10 appointments, then you're going to have less time in the field and more time to work the phones. This also has to do with the amount of money you have to invest in your business. So we always recommend that agents start with B and C leads to get some practice in. The vast majority of our agents work with A leads, but now there's a new lead category called instant internet leads. And those look like they're going to be very, very, very attractive also. You can see when we look at the instant internet leads, closing ratios are going to be lower overall, but the cost per sale is going to be potentially much more attractive. And those are generated in a standing lead order, just like the A leads are. A standing lead order is a lead order that you put in that Equus creates for you and markets directly to your geographical area. And you get leads back from that targeted marketing that are specific for you. So Equus is a marketing organization that actually produces leads on an agent by agent basis. Our inventory of leads are excess. So if there's an inventory of leads, they're created in 2 different ways. One is that an A order was a standing A order was placed. The order actually produced excess leads. An agent wanted 5 or 10 per week, and it produced 6 or 8 or 20. Those extra leads can go into inventory. And then another way to get leads into inventory is by aging. If an agent has a lead for 5 or 6 weeks and they haven't done anything with it, it'll be converted into a B lead. So somebody else have a chance to do something with it. We have agents come and go. We have agents that give up on a lead and we recycle them down the line internally. So you can see here that you're looking at somewhere between 10 and let's say 30% cost of business. How much of business is going to cost you. So if I were to say to you at the beginning of a year, I'm going to give you $100,000, you're going to have to give me $30,000. You're going to net $70,000. I'm going to give you $100,000 and you're going to give me $15,000. Would you be interested? So you have to understand that's the process. That's why leads are important. And what is not important is the cost of the lead. What is important is the cost of the sale. All of these leads generate positive returns. The only difference is the amount of time you have to spend on the phone versus the amount of time you spend in the field. So that's a summary of the leads. I just want to go over one more thing here. I'm going to go to my income planner and we're going to talk a little bit about how you reinvest in your leads on a weekly basis. So here you can see up at a spreadsheet says real cost of leads, reinvesting weekly. And this is a month's worth of business. So this is a typical scenario for one of my new agents. They would say to me, Joe, I want to get up to 5 sales a week. 5 sales a week produces a very attractive income in the space, even at 70%. It also gets you promoted very quickly. So this, what I would often recommend, depending on budget, is a person target 2 sales their first week, 3 sales their second week, 4 sales their third week, and 5 sales their fourth week to get to that ramp and then try to stay at the 5 sales. Here you can see the actual, all the closing ratios are built in. And over here, we've got the cost of sales. And you've got the upfront commission, the advance, the 9 months that are going to be advanced to you. And what I've also added in is your next week's cost of leads. You have to reinvest in your business every week. Your cost of leads for week 2 are going to be a little higher than week 1 because you're trying to make more sales in week 2. You have to buy a little bit more to get 3 sales. But what's important is here's your net month-to-date income after your advance minus your cost of leads. Once you've invested 2 weeks through your first week, each week following that, you're just investing the next week. So in week 2, you're going to make some money. You're going to make a few more sales. So your advance is going to be a little bit higher. And you're going to reinvest in week 3 a little bit more money because you want to make 4 sales. And this is your month-to-date net. And then this is your month-to-date net after 3 weeks. And this is your month-to-date net after 4 weeks. So this is a pretty good start. Here you're looking at making $4,000, $4,500 to $6,000, $7,000 net money in your first month in business. And you've ramped up to 5 sales. At this point in time, you can see your monthly upfront is $2,800. So once you reinvest those leads, you're looking at, $2,100, $2,200, $2,300, $2,500 net income per week. And that's where you start to get into the 6-figure income. So that's the concept of reinvesting in your leads. If you have any questions, post those below. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you like what I had to say. If you don't, tell me how I can make it better. Of course, subscribe to the channel so I can automatically get you notified when new videos come up. I'll be doing these regularly. And if you're one of my agents, you have any questions, contact me. If you do want to copy these spreadsheets, make a note, send me a note, let me know that. I'll make a specific spreadsheet just for you so that you have it and you can make the changes and the adjustments in real time. I want everybody to have a safe and amazing holiday season, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.